This is true.
Hey everybody, Daniel Jay here from Cybervent, website for ventriloquists. I'm here with Ian Varella from...
My mom.
His mom,
Yes.
Texas. He's actually...
San Marcos, Texas.
Were you born in Detroit?
I was not born in Detroit.
Your dad's from Detroit.
My
though.
dad is from... my dad was born in Auckland, New Zealand.
Okay, that's not even close to Detroit.
I had a Horatio Algiers type story, my father.
Okay.
Yeah. I was born in Soho in Greenwich Village.
Okay.
But my parents split up and my mom moved back home, which was Centerville, Ohio. It became Dayton, Ohio later.
Okay.
And that was it. She never moved out of the house. My grandparents built a second house and she moved into that one. But yeah, so Dayton, Ohio, and then I moved to have this thing where you meet a girl and they have to move there. I met a girl in Duluth, Minnesota, and so I moved to St. Paul, Minnesota, and then that fizzled. And then I met a gal who lived in Des Moines who was moving to San Marcos, Texas, and so we got married and had kids. Well, actually, had kids and we got married.
We did it backwards.
I pulled a Gene Simmons. Yeah. No, yeah. She said 2 words to me that made me want to marry her right away. I'm late. I'm pregnant. Think of names. I thought Greyhound, Southwest. It's not true. Your daddy loves you. Both of you. I have 4 daughters, 2 adopted, the other 2 returned.
So here, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you can answer them however you like, and hopefully we can keep it within half an hour.
You're funny. You're funny.
So, what got you interested in ventriloquism?
Puppets. My first love was puppetry. I loved everything to do with puppets. I did my first puppet show when I was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather ran a mill, a Centerville mill, and they sold appliances. And my grandfather came home one day with a giant refrigerator box.
Mm-hmm.
And we cut out a hole, put a curtain, and that was my first puppet theater.
Nice.
Then I got into magic. I wanted to be Bill Bixby so bad.
Oh yeah, I love that shit.
Man, who didn't want to be Bill Bixby?
Yeah.
He lived at the Magic Castle.
Yeah.
An apartment in the Magic Castle. He fought crime.
Yeah.
He had a white Stingray Corvette that he could drive into a 747 jet. I watched that show religiously. That was a great show. Bill Bixby was a damn good magician.
Yeah.
I have to confess, my real emotion is envy.
So, ate, drank, and slept magic. I met Harry Blackstone Jr. He came to town, Dayton, Ohio, and Doug Henning. Got to meet Doug. I got to see him twice.
Mm-hmm.
Tickets were a whole whopping $7 to go see
Crazy, isn't it?
Doug Henning, which would have been $97 today.
Mm-hmm.
And performed free shows at libraries because no one ever told me. They'll pay you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Got a bunch, and so I went to. I always looked. My mom gave me the 2 records, the Edgar Bergen and the Jimmy Nelson record, which I still have autographed. And I think it was about 10 years old, and I couldn't get it. I got so damn frustrated. Between then and the age 15, I read a book called Kid Stuff 5, which is a great reference book by Marshall, Marshall J. Marshall, Magic Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a story about a guy named Harold Sterling who did magic, juggling, Punch and Judy, shopography, ventriloquism, all in one show. I thought, oh man, that's a cool idea. I want to learn ventriloquism. Got the record back out. Just took a couple weeks thing. Added to the show, and it took over the magic show. I did more and more of the vent, less and less of the magic. I still do magic in the show when I'm doing kiddie shows, just to keep things, balanced, or just, So graduated college in '85, and I decided I'm going to go full time. And my original plan was just to work ships until I die, and tried like crazy to get on cruise ships. Took a couple of years. Finally got on one in '87, and it was Carnival Cruise Lines. And then I got an agent who would book me on Princess and Holland American. And so far, I've been to 40 countries. I've seen some pretty cool stuff. Some pyramids. I've seen Vietnam. I've seen. So I wanted to do some more ships. I wanted to still see Australia, New Zealand, more of Asia. Been all around South America. So,
Yeah.
if I died tomorrow, I'd be like, well,
I had a good life.
done pretty much everything I set out to do. I'll take Dan's gun here. He's got a Glock.
Yeah.
That'll do the trick. One bullet.
So, how many times have you attended the convention?
I did my first one in '87. And I was dating, briefly, unfortunately, Barbara Jean Crandall, Miss Michigan.
Oh.
And I went to visit, and she brought out one of those oracles or something. That's the guy to keep your eye on, it's Jeff. This guy, watch out for this guy, he's going to be huge. And he was at that convention, he brought out Peanut that he just had made. He was just starting out. That's like 15 Peanuts ago, most likely.
Yeah.
He pours this thing out. '87, then '88, I was on the bill because there was a comedian on Carnival said, "You going to the Vent convention?" "Yeah." "All right, so this big guy there, he's a mustache. His name's Bob Hamill. Tell him he's a lousy pool player." Walked up to Bob. Tommy Van says, "You're a lousy pool player." "Hey, who are you?" "Yeah, I like you." "Yeah, all right." You know, so '87, '88, probably 6 or 7 times.
Okay.
Or more. I really have to sit down and think which conventions I went to.
Yeah.
It's a weird feel when you go up there performing for people.
Oh,
It's
people
like,
that just
it's like magicians, like jugglers performing for jugglers. They clap at them like, "Oh, was that hard? Only Ignatov from Russia can do that." "Oh, so that must be difficult."
So, what's your favorite part of the convention?
Just swapping horror stories, just talking shop, being around people who literally speak a foreign language that people outside don't understand. I love funny stories. You know, what's the worst gig ever? What was the weirdest thing that ever happened to you? And the story that I remember is I was doing a school tour, and the principal introduces himself and tells me, "We have certain students in our school that are hearing impaired." And that means one of two things. They'll give you a special clip-on mic that goes to headsets, or somebody will sign for the kids. And she goes, "We'll have a teacher signing for the students." And as he walks away, under his breath almost, he says, "She's deaf too." It didn't register at first. I'm like, "Okay!" I'm setting stuff up and I'm like, "He'll be back." He came back. He goes, "That's not going to work, is it?" Can you imagine the person signing? "How are you? What did you do today?" So I think they gave him headphones. Because they probably had these assemblies. "This is a squirrel. A squirrel lives in North America and South America. It is nocturnal." And it's nocturnal, you know. But I suggest this book. I suggest it to you. You got to read this. Everybody out there needs to read this book. They should call it Chicken Soup for Comedians, but it's called I Killed. Read I Killed. It's a book written by the comedians about their worst gigs ever. And some of these you'd be like, wow, you know, how stupid. And Jay Leno had a bit in there where he had 3 nights booking at a college. He goes, "Wow, 3 nights, huh?" Okay. Shows up the first night. "Okay, we're going to have you perform at the study hall in the library." "Why?" "Well, it's midterms, and we thought it'd be kind of fun to have a distraction." "Is there a microphone?" "Yeah, it's one of these. Hi everybody, how you doing? How you doing?" So he starts doing a show, and people are going, "Shh! Quiet! He's trying to study." So he does about 40 minutes. "You're supposed to do an hour." There was only 12 people there, and they're all trying to study. You're unprofessional. I'm going to complain to your agent. I'll see you tomorrow night. Where's the show tomorrow night? Here at Study Hall. It's the same kids. I thought we told you to get out of here. Shh. Just about 30 minutes. You did the same jokes you did yesterday. I only have one act. You're unprofessional. See you tomorrow night. Don't tell me. Yep, it's right here. He would go to clubs and pay the owners. Says, if you don't like what I do, you keep the money. He worked a strip joint one time, and the security guards put their flashlights on. That was a spotlight. He would perform anywhere. I guess when he got his star in the Hall of Fame, it was right where he used to sleep in his car.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. A lot of comedians slept in their cars.
That's crazy.
Danny Bonaducci made his living. He would park behind Grauman's Chinese Theater, and a tour bus would come out. He'd come out of his car and he'd sell autographs.
You remember the red-headed kid in the Partridge Family?
That's him. I gotta get a picture. Yeah.
Too funny.
So that's why I love just the camaraderie, the fellowship, just the silliness. I mean, just and the different types of people. You get some people you can't get a word out of them edgewise. You get some people that won't shut up.
I don't know.
I won't name any names. Anyway,
So let me ask this: besides yourself, who's your favorite ventriloquist?
Who's my favorite?
And you can't say Dan Clemente.
Who? Who is my absolute? I like Paul Zerton. So I worked with him. I was on the bill with him at the Vegas convention.
Oh, were you really?
His technique was just wow.
Yeah,
I was blown away by this guy.
What do you think about him winning America's Got Talent?
Yeah,
and the way they did it. I mean, he was actually pursued instead of him just coming and trying out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He tells the story about. They kept asking me to come on, and he said I just had a visa to come to the United States for another performance I was doing, and I said I might as well try out for America's Got Talent then. Well, you knew he was going to make it, right?
All a year.
But that
I'll make 40,000 a year.
But he was. I mean, really, when he was on America's, as soon as I saw him on America's Got Talent, I was saying, well, he's the Jeff Dunham of Britain,
He really is.
Much, I mean, so it's kind of that would be like Jeff Dunham going to Britain's Got Talent,
Well, there've been several acts that've done that. They've gone over and they've competed.
Yeah,
Britain's Got Talent. Yeah. Guy who was a ventriloquist who didn't do an event. He did escape artist stuff. Did several Got Talents. I think he went to Paris and they went to Italy's Got Talent.
Huh.
Because and also a very good ventriloquist. I'm talking about Spencer Horseman.
Oh, Spencer Horseman. Oh, geez, that's a name from the past.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do ventriloquism anymore.
He runs his dad's nightclub. His dad bought a magic shop, and they turned it into really upscale, magic-themed bar. And there's a wench right in the middle, and they put Spencer in a straitjacket, and they pull him up, and he does a straitjacket escape over the crowd.
Oh, nice.
Really nice.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little stage in there, and I haven't talked to him. I think he's still doing it. He's really good.
Yeah. I mean, he was the up and coming to watch way back in the day. Spencer Horseman was. Been in a few books, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Good kid. Interesting. Like he almost looks like a young Val Kilmer. Still does.
Yeah.
He's got to do something with that hair. Come on, really. It's like almost trolls. I'm sorry. Need more tattoos, Spence. Where's he gonna put him? He is tattooed.
Yeah, I wouldn't recognize him to see him.
He doesn't look that much different. He always got he lives in Baltimore. Married. Got married recently. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I like Paul. I love Jeff. I love there's another guy who passed away, unfortunately. Ken Lucas.
Ken Lucas.
Yeah,
did he pass away?
Yeah, his liver went out on him. His kidneys went out on him or something.
I
It's
didn't
too
know
bad. He was on the show one year, and he did something that brought the house down. I was talking to Casey, and they started talking about dating. beautiful example of reading your audience, knowing your audience. Ken goes, wow, you like the girls, I gather. In case he does this, just turns around. Oh, shut up. Got the longest sustained laugh because everybody got it right away. Lay people, what? Everybody, I do that joke.
Yeah.
Like the girls I gather. Can't stand the girls you gather.
Yeah.
And another thing, don't make fun of no. I'm sorry, no more Catholic jokes. But he came to Joker's Comedy Club in Dayton, great club, and he's got a standing ovation.
Yeah.
But he had 45 minutes with a duck. He couldn't get rid of the duck because it was sewn into his jacket. It was the fake arm.
Yeah.
So he did a whole show. He used to be a radio DJ, and he had a character called Casey, and he'd call up Casey. Well, Casey here, he's at the so-and-so county fair. Casey, you there? Oh, yeah, Ken, I'm right here. And he'd go do spots. He'd go, and people, where's Casey? And he had to, no, he's just a voice. He's not a real duck. No, and he's just, because I thought it was like a mascot. He got thinking, and he built Casey and learned ventriloquism, and started doing clubs. And he was working Princess Cruise Lines a lot.
Yeah.
Princess loved him. Yeah, and he had his body wore out. Kidneys or liver or something gone or too bad.
Yeah.
That bit, that was the funniest joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shut up. So you knew the punchline.
Right, yeah.
So let's
Right.
make fun of the fact.
Yeah.
And
That's good
a
stuff.
couple of years back, I remember Rumba did this bit about turning the Vent Convention into a Walt Disney ride. And they had ventriloquists acting like they were robots. And they put Bob on one of those luggage carts and pushed. And he's like, oh, look at that. I'm like, I saw Abdu Rumba with the luggage cart. I'm like, what is he doing with it?
Yeah.
He's up to something.
So who's your favorite of your ventriloquist characters that you use? Who's your favorite?
God, I think it's the old man, Gramps, because everybody knows somebody like him. They say, oh, I know you, just like my great-grandfather. He can say just about anything. I base him a lot on my own grandfather, who would just, he was very smart. He didn't say much, but when he did, my sister married very young, married a Navy guy, and they got married, had a kid, and he ended up having an affair with this other gal, and he got her pregnant while he's still married to my sister.
Jeez.
The father would come into the Centerville Mill and brag. Well, bought a new car. They're going on vacation again this year. We just got back from Disney World. And Mike's dad said, oh, Mike's got a new baby on the way. And my grandfather just said, oh yeah, which girl is this? And just shut him right down. He would wait and say stuff.
Oh my God.
I'll never forget, I came him down, I lived at home off and on. My grandfather loved the Letterman show. He liked Letterman, he's a smart ass. You just like him, he's funny. He came, it's Christmas time, I came down for breakfast. Did you see the Letterman show? No. Had his wife and kids on. I didn't know he was married. He just hired actors. And I had to explain to him, it's not his wife. Yeah, oh, pretty face, nice, beautiful blood. He's not married, it's not his wife. Well, you said he was, no, it's a joke. He was kidding, he was joking. And still this day, I don't think he believed me.
It's good stuff. Well, you got anything that you want to leave people with?
I remember, I think it was Penn Jillette. I was on the Sin City Spectacular show. And Penn Jillette quoted Lenny Bruce. And he said something that was so deep. and really made me think. Lenny Bruce said, the ultimate goal of any entertainer is to be able to literally, figuratively, stand on stage naked. And what he meant by that is, it's the hardest person to be on stage is you. I hear I want to be the next Jeff Dunham. Why? There already is one. I want to be the next Ron Lucas. That position's been filled already.
Right.
Why don't you be the next Bob Jones? Why don't you be the next, the person to say, wow, he's nothing like Jeff Dunham. He's very unique. Have a handle, have something that you do. Willie Tyler's an excellent ventriloquist, super nice guy. He has positioned himself as America's African-American ventriloquist. You go up to anybody, name a black ventriloquist, they'll say Willie Tyler, because there's really nobody else.
Right.
He's positioned one puppet, does a whole show.
Right. That's it.
Have a handle, have something. Gray Antonio, perfect example. He had a giant box. He had 4 larger-than-life ventriloquist tables. And he would bring them out, and they would talk, and he literally had kept 4 dummies going at the same time. And that was his. I'll say Jeff Dunham to most people. I go, I know that name. Ahmed. Oh, that guy.
Right.
He used to be on a stick. Jalapeno on a stick.
Right.
Oh, the jalapeno guy. It's not Jeff. It's the jalapeno guy. It's the Ahmed guy.
Right. It's always
those are his handles.
Right.
People remember the characters. Do your own thing. Talk about. There's no one who can be like you on stage. I see so many, like in the Magic Field, there's so many Lance Burton copies. So many Harry Blackstone Jr. copies. There's all these people trying to be Chris Angel. Don't try to be Chris Angel. Use your own experiences, hobbies, likes, dislikes, opinions, and do that, because otherwise it's just copy other people. It's a borrowed profession.
Right. I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. Well, this was Daniel Jay with Ian Varella, and we appreciate his time.
And I mentioned my Facebook fan page.
What is your Facebook?
Well, I'll tell you, it's Belly Talker. Couldn't believe I got it.
Belly Talker?
No one else thought of it.
Wow.
And I typed it in. It's open.
It was there.
Belly Talker. Now here's how we do it in the show. Belly Talker. Belly Talker. I do about 3 times. What is it? Everybody goes, Belly Talker. Belly Talker. I'm not really on Twitter, but Comedy Vent Twitter, Varella Ian Instagram. I got to shorten my YouTube video.
Oh, yeah.
Comedy Ventriloquist Ian Varella. I don't know why.
That's nice.
Well, actually, I have 2 of them, but one only has 1 video on it. Comedy Vent and Comedy Ventriloquist.